Welcome to Of Sound Mind and Spirit. I'm Shelly.
And I'm Lisa. We're sisters walking together on a journey of faith. We're not perfect.
We definitely don't have all the answers.
We're inviting you to walk with us as we explore ways we can better know and grow in our faith together.
Welcome back to another episode from Of Sound Mind and Spirit. This is Shelly.
This is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Shell.
Hey, do you know what I just realized?
Oh, gosh. Considering this is our third start to this episode, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Lisa, I don't mean to alarm you, but Thanksgiving is like a week away.
Yeah, I have that on my calendar.
Let the crazy begin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, it's no, you know what? I think the crazy began November 1st. It's like Halloween ended and it unleashed the crazy.
Yeah, no, we could have a little debate that would go on for a while about whether the crazy begins before Halloween or after Halloween, but we are in it. Okay, guys. I mean, whoever's listening, y'all, take a deep breath because we are in it.
Yes. What is it, Shelly, about holidays and stress? And I feel like the run up for Thanksgiving, Christmas is insane.
You know, just you saying that made me wonder, did we feel like this when we were kids, or is it just an adult thing?
I believe it's an adult thing. Think about when you were kids. This was the greatest time of year. Right? The big Sears catalog came and you would circle and dog ear it and rip stuff out and, mom, and you were looking forward to getting out of school and like all the holiday party, all the stuff that drives us crazy as adults or stresses us out. As kids, we were like, all the concerts and parties and stuff. It was great.
Maybe that's what's stressing us out now is that, our littles are grown, but maybe we spent so much time trying to make everything as wonderful for them as it was for us. And over time, it's made us a little, God, I don't want to use the word bitter, but
nuts.
Maybe tired. How about that? Tired.
Well,
tired is different from bitter. Like been there, done that. Why do we still have to do this again? And yes, I'm talking about that stupid elf on the shelf, but okay.
I was about to say, I'm just tired all the time anyway. And then you add the holidays and I like the elf on a shelf, even though we don't do it anymore because my kids are too old. But it had a good run. I got lots of pictures. You need ideas. I should just put out a whole book of ideas.
Stop. You're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. I'm like, the boy is 12. Can we tell him that it's,
Yeah, I think that was the best day, though, when the kids decided they wanted to do it themselves. They wanted to move the elf. But yeah, it is such a joyful, amazing time of year. There's magic, there's love, you just with people, and there's grace, and just amazing. It's an amazing time.
Okay, I'll flip my question then.
But
I'll flip my question.
Okay.
You're right in that when we're in the middle of it, like where we're in it, it is a joyful, loving, fun experience. Maybe I should have asked, it's the anticipation and the planning and the lead up and the trying to do all the things, be all the things.
Yeah.
That's making us crazy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I I do really like social media, but I'm going to throw it out there that social media, I think, has compounded this problem. And you and I have talked about this, Shelly, seeing what everyone else is doing and experiencing. And it's almost like, it's like the elf on the shelf thing. Like, do I need to do that? Am I supposed to be doing that? Oh my gosh, I didn't, it's like all of the over the topness. Like,
yes.
Am I being a proper parent or person if I'm not doing all the things that I see on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever?
TikTok. Oh my gosh. TikTok makes me feel completely inferior. All these videos and these reels and these, how they have these beautiful, perfect houses.
You're on
and
TikTok?
Oh,
are you on TikTok?
no, but TikTok shows on my Instagram feed because
you mean the reels
on Instagram is now from TikTok or has that little logo on it. No, I would never put TikTok on my phone.
I was like, if you're on TikTok, we're doing a dance.
Over my dead body.
One of these days. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, but you're right. I mean, I think it started with Pinterest. At Facebook, we all shared with each other. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a great idea.
Right.
Oh, send me the recipe. And then it became Pinterest. And then it became Instagram. And then it became TikTok, which shows their reels up on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And before you know it, you're like, if I'm not doing it perfectly, then I must have failed. And it gets very easy without consciously thinking about it to get really caught up in all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, before you know it, you're looking around and you're going, but I don't have new throw pillows that say Merry Christmas on my couch. Was I supposed to vacuum the couch? I didn't even remember to pull up the cushions and look under the couch. That's kind of oversimplifying it, but you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes. But I will throw it out there that even before social, I have to jump back to the days when I was part of a bunco group and played play groups and, all that when my kids were super little. And there still was, I have to remember, we did have pressure because we would go to each other's houses or we would meet and talk actually in person, and people would chat about, like, we've never done the whole Polar Express get on a train thing and, drink hot cocoa in our pajamas. Like, we've never done that, even though
people do that.
Yeah.
No.
And I just, I kept thinking, am I supposed to do that with my kids? So, lots of people did it, or they do group stuff. And, it's hard. It's so hard to keep up with the Joneses.
I think it was easier before all the social media because when my girls were little, I was working full time. So there was no comparison. I didn't meet with other moms. I didn't see other moms' houses. I just, came home, opened the Thanksgiving decorations and put them out, and then went to your house for Thanksgiving.
That's true.
And same thing for Christmas. Although when they were little, I think y'all came to my house a few times before we had so many kids. And it was just, it felt like it was a lot easier. And now I feel like I'm just bombarded all the time with, you have to have the perfect wreath and you have to have a perfect place setting and you have to have, I'm like, I'm lucky if I can find my Advent candles. Okay. And if you're listening to this, now is the time to go get your Advent candles. Okay. Done. I'm telling you so that I can remember to put it on my to-do list for after we're done recording.
Yes. I think that I'm a little different in that, of course, I like to over decorate,
but you do it so beautifully.
So I am not helpful to you.
No, you are the reason we say we are not trying to keep up with the Joneses, Lisa right. Jones.
But I do feel I've had time where I think, should I still keep doing this? It does cause me an immense amount of pressure. And in my head, especially like I've been a little under the weather, and the thought of dragging out all the Thanksgiving stuff that I haven't gotten out yet, and I'm going to decorate, and I haven't been feeling good. So it's like, is it worth it? Do I do it? Do I not? And you can go back on the website and look at articles I've written for years that all talk about the pressure of getting it all done as a mom, I would just say women in general, getting the presents, getting them wrapped, getting it under the tree, and then keeping the schedule of where everyone is supposed to be and what's going on. And, you got invited to this party or that party or whatever. And, gosh, I did not mean for this to turn into like a rant episode about the holidays. Oh my goodness. But I assume that we're not the only ones. Right? No. It's kind of like the clutter episode. Like,
the decluttering our house, when you actually made me share with you a picture of what my house looks like? Yeah, thanks.
But
I got to go like sweep all that stuff into the closet under the stairs so I can put out the Christmas stuff
that's
later.
exactly what you do is when you unpack your Christmas stuff out of the storage bins, you put in all the other stuff into the storage bin. So you have space for Christmas decorations.
Yeah, you showed me that trick last year, and I was real impressed because I didn't know what you did with all your stuff. But
Yeah, all the
I
other
just
stuff.
I just fold it down and put it in the dining room hutch drawer. I
But
take the tablecloth out. I put all the picture stuff there.
oh, that's good too. And at least you know where it is when you put it back. I guess
Sometimes.
this this is our let's be real and authentic episode. We have to
Yes.
have these every once in a while where we're like, we haven't said we're not perfect. We don't have all the answers. We haven't said that in a while. And this
Episode will show you that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will raise the bar because it is a competition. I have 2 kids with birthdays between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And now that they're in their 20s, it's not as difficult, as it was when they were little. When they were little, trying to get from my son's first birthday was Christmas. I mean, my son's first birthday was Thanksgiving, and his 1 month birthday was Christmas. I mean, it was a very stressful time trying to do birthday parties. So I guess now I'm like taking a deep breath, going, they're in their 20s. They're kind of on their own for parties at this point. Plus, they're away at school. But for instance, last year you came over and helped me decorate for Christmas because I was in a bit of a stressful.
Was it Christmas or Thanksgiving? That's
No,
what I
it was
couldn't remember.
Christmas. It was
Okay.
Christmas. You helped me do the garland up my stairways and all the railings, remember? And you said, oh yeah, this is why I don't decorate my house like this, because it's a real pain and it takes a long time.
That is true. That is true. I was all about how if you can't do it in an afternoon, we're not doing it.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it's called one day you go around and you vacuum and you dust everything, and then the next day you bring the bins in and you put out what you're going to put out, and then you vacuum one more time and put the bins back in the garage. So
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Well, and last year, to be fair, we had a foreign exchange student living with us, and I really felt I don't say the pressure because I love her dearly, but I felt the just
pressure. You felt pressure
it
to
was,
make sure she had a traditional American Christmas, and you did it with
Yeah.
all the bells and whistles and bows, and what'd you put on the garland on the stairs
Oh,
and the
yeah.
mistletoe hanging from the
We
no.
decorated for everything last year: Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day. I mean, like I did all of the decorations. So, and I love doing it. It's just this time of year is a little much, and then we're gonna add in family get-togethers and the stress of those kinds of holidays. And last year you had house guests for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah. Thanksgiving. So last year, my sister-in-law passed away unexpectedly, and we went up and did Thanksgiving at her house with my brother-in-law and their daughter, and it was a very fragile time, but it was nice. It was as it should be. There were a lot of people. I mean, not a lot of people, but there were people, and it's also my niece's birthday. And we're going to repeat that this year. We're going back up to their home. And I'm actually looking forward to it because it'll be quiet and because we're making new traditions while respecting and honoring the old ones, if that makes sense. It's as tentative and as fragile as it still is this year. I think we're going into it kind of knowing what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward to that. And no offense to mom or you, etc., but I'm looking forward to having a holiday that's just a little more sedate than the chaos that is our family when we get together.
Yeah. We're kind of a
So,
loud family.
but you're right. So getting back to your point, for Christmas, they came down and stayed that week with us. And that helped them deal with the grief of missing their mom and their wife at Christmas time. At the same time, we had an international house guest for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I think it was 3.
Well, he was with us twice. So he was with us 2 or 3 weeks in the beginning. I think 2 weeks, 2 full weeks in the beginning, and then he came back for another 2 full weeks. So, but we had an international house guest that had come and stayed with us, and we were thrilled to have him. But that made it for a very busy, always being kind of not on your best behavior, because after a while they're all family and you just kind of dissolve into family.
But it changes the holidays, and it's extra pressure to be hosting people in your home. It
changes the dynamic. And I want to tell you that I want to say that while it took a lot of planning to get the house ready and to make place for everybody to stay and, having everybody there, in the end, it was very happy memories. We have very happy memories looking back at that time, because we were really just doing our best to get by and to get through it all. And it turned out that it really exemplified for us that Christmas and Thanksgiving both aren't about all the stuff, and they're not about all the crazy. It's about the people that we were with, and the people we were with are what made it special. And I think it took a death in the family to help us focus on that and center on that and realize it. And so even now talking to you, I'm sitting here going, and I need to just be quiet and quit worrying about the pressure that I'm feeling from social media, from the neighbors putting up their Christmas lights already, and the idea of what am I going to do about Thanksgiving next week. So kind of just took all the bluster out of me, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Well, it's true though. I mean, that's a great example of what the holiday is about. Holidays are about. And it's not about the decorations or even the food, or it's about that love and joy or peace, that you encounter with each other, and gratitude, and looking forward to the coming of the birth of Jesus. I mean, we get caught up in so much. Society and culture and whatever tells us that it's about the gifts and the lights and the food and the I've got to go plan my tablescapes, for my dining room table, and all the things.
Sorry, a what?
A tablescape.
What is a tablescape?
So it's like the center decorations on your table, like how your table looks.
The food is in the center of the table. There are no decorations.
No, we do buffet style. So because you gotta have, yeah. Anyway, we have more than one table. But it's really, as much as I love Pinterest and go nuts about all that, that's not what it's about. And I have stressed myself out and my family out enough over the years. And I think you and I both have memories of family dynamics and stress, in the home, trying to get everything ready. And so I like what you said a few minutes ago, that it last year for y'all specifically, helped. I mean, as tragic as it was and still is, it was a reminder of what's really important at this time of year.
Well, I know you, Lisa. I think you stress because you really want to savor the season, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's the birthday parties, whether it's Christmas, New Year's, et cetera, et cetera. And it's sometimes we lose sight of that because we spend too much time either watching or being present on the phone instead of in the home. That kind of rhymed. I didn't mean for it to.
I think you just created a new phrase. I like that.
But like right now, everything's about having this perfect house or having the perfect meal or having the perfect gift. Oh my gosh, the gifts. If I get bombarded with one more early bird Black Friday sale.
Oh my gosh, what happened there, right? What happened to Black Friday being after Thanksgiving? Now everything's on sale all the time. And I feel like it's like I'm running behind. I'm not behind.
Running behind, or I might pay too much.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like the fear of if you don't act now. I
That
just
fear of
find
missing out.
the earlier I shop, the more I buy. So I am better off waiting.
I think that's what they want you to do.
I'm better off waiting.
Come on, Lisa. You know it.
Yeah, my bank account is better off waiting.
You used to tell me that you kept a box of like gifts in the closet, like some sort of a box, and you'd buy things throughout the year to like spread it out because you knew Christmas was coming and the birthdays were coming and everything. And I've tried that once and I still can't find them.
Oh, I know. My problem is I know where it all is, but I just buy more. So I've stopped doing that because then I just keep going because it's fun. And like you said, everything's on sale. It's a deal. So one of the ways, so one of the things we talk about less stress is simplifying and deciding we've talked about a little bit what's important, but like what actually has to get done and what is just superfluous, right? What does not have to get done. You pointed out to me something that I wrote back in 2010. And, and I'm just going to read it because when I reread it, I was like, did I write that? And it says, as you make your own Thanksgiving to-do list, be sure to add, be still and live in the presence of God to the top of your to-do list. Grant yourself 5 minutes or more to become centered and witness the calm blessings for yourself. That was 2010 and it's now 2023 and I'm still needing to hear that.
And if I remember right, you also used that scripture verse that I can't remember where it comes from now, but it is, be still and know that I am God.
That's always been one of my favorites. All the time I'm talking about be still and quiet. One of my favorite things to do when I get caught up in the hustle and bustle of Christmas, I like to turn off all the lights and sit in front of the Christmas tree. And just,
that's true.
Just sit and just sit there and try to enjoy, like, you turn off the rest of the lights so you can't see the mess or maybe all the rest of the Christmas stuff you haven't done yet. And then just sit there and watch the twinkle lights. And to me, it just helps me focus and gives me that sense of calm. And I think of the line from, I think it's A Holy Night, and it says, the weary world rejoices. And I have a shirt that says that, and I love that because I feel that in our day and time, that describes our world. We're weary. We're tired. Just constantly been bombarded, everything going on around us, and what's coming. We're going to rejoice. That's what this is about. We're going to be grateful here next week and remember God's blessings. And then we're going to prepare our hearts to rejoice. We're all individuals and we all get stressed out and crazy at the holidays for different reasons, different things. And maybe, find that way to remember the reason for these holidays and these seasons, and then decide, sit down and really, really pray about it and think about it. Like, what is important? What's important to you? What's important to your family, to the people who love you and around you? And how does your crazy and your stress affect everyone else around you? And then how do you rein it in? How do you give it, some of it, just give it away? I don't mean literally, but some things just stop doing. Say no and pare it down and focus on the little things that are most important around you.
Just remember, comparison is the thief of joy. If you're always looking at what somebody else has or what somebody else is doing or how they're decorating their house and it makes you feel bad, then you need to quit looking. You need to turn inward and look at your own home and say, good morning, God. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my refrigerator and in my pantry. I have gas in my car. Today is a good day.
Honor you today with our lives and bring your love to others around us.
You know, I was also thinking as you were talking that we can do that also by serving others. I know that you and I grew up and have continued to have big family parties because we come from a big family. But I know people that do not come from such big families, or they are alone on the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them like to go and volunteer. And there's a lot of different organizations in our area that make it possible for you to go and serve Thanksgiving meals, or coming up for Christmas. You know, they have a lot of Make-A-Wish and what do you call it? Like the tree, the star, you know, at the church where you go and you get the star. And I can't remember which organization that is, but if you start looking for things like that, and it takes the focus off of yourself, especially if you're alone or you're missing people, or maybe your kids are traveling or they're in the military and they're not home. And you can put that emotion, you can put all of that need to do something into serving other people or helping other people. And when you do that, it takes away from feeling sad or feeling alone, and you can find community in doing other things.
Well, and if you're like me and you're usually hosting a big family thing, one of the things we've done over the years is that we've invited friends who don't have family in the area or can't travel or alone. You welcome them in as part of our family. And, you know, I always warn them before they come, like what they're, you know, like what to expect. You know, just a little bit about how loud it's going to be and chaos and exactly what questions they're going to be asked or grilled, you know, like what conversations are going to come up, you know, those kinds of things.
Oh, you like to warn them about those questions?
Warn them. I think it's fair, right? I mean, know what you're getting into. It's, you know.
Do y'all do like a Friendsgiving? Because I know that's become a big thing. Friendsgiving.
No, but the kids do. My teens do it. They do it. And it's usually before Thanksgiving. And we hosted one last year. So that our exchange student, Clara, and our daughter, so they could host some friends and kind of experience it for themselves. And they played games and we decorated, and, you know, they had a lot of fun. I didn't make a big turkey or anything, but we
did a Hallmark movie watching party once.
I've done it a couple of times. Yeah. Yeah. Christmas movie party. Yeah. I didn't do it last year. So that was one of the things I had to let go last year. I really wanted to do it, and time it wasn't on my side and planning. And so we let it go, and hopefully I'll be able to find a night this year to do it. It's just a really good, invite some friends over, and you came, like, hang out, and we kind of watch a movie. We kind of talk through it. You know, I think we had a bingo card, you know, for like, big city girl goes back to hometown, you know, that kind of thing. You know, it has to fix the
guy
Christmas
wearing
pageant.
Flannel shirt shows up.
Yeah, they go ice skating, you know. But last year and this year, me and my book group, actually, we are going to an Advent prayer breakfast at a local retreat center, and just something to help us step away from our families, away from all of the things that are happening in December, and, have a speaker have some time together to really focus on what we're doing. And that's not, craziness, but just time to recenter. And we really enjoyed it last year. It blew me away how necessary it was in my December.
To completely take a step back and just have that afternoon. No, you said it was a brunch,
It
right?
was a morning. It was a breakfast. Mm-hmm.
So the opportunity to just completely take a step outside of the house, get away for a morning and enjoy some community time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a great speaker to help us reflect on, what we were doing in Advent.
Mm-hmm. Kind
So
of recenter you so you can savor the holidays.
exactly. Exactly. It was
Cool.
so I'm looking forward to it again this year. It's if you're in the Houston area and want to know about it, send us a message and I will send you the link for it.
That's great. Well, I wanted to remind our listeners that if you're interested in grabbing something for Advent, it's the week before Thanksgiving, and now is a very good time to order something. So that kind of sounds, contradictory to what we're talking about the crazy, but we're saying make time for yourself to settle down,
So you're
take a
saying don't
breath.
procrastinate, make a plan now or start your plan.
You know what? Planning and preparation never hurt. It's when you let it take over your life and suddenly you're falling behind and the checklist isn't done and you start to get that hyperventilating feeling like, "Oh my gosh,
What?
I don't have enough time. I haven't
No.
done the grocery shopping and now the grocery store is going to be crowded and I don't know what recipes I'm going to make." And yeah, okay.
I've
Chill.
never experienced that, Shelly. I'm just kidding.
You mean today
Today.
or yeah. Cuz you forget I know you. Anyway, I did want to mention 2 titles, and we'll put those in the show notes so you don't have to go looking very far. But one is really short, like you only got time 5 minutes. I promise 5 minutes. And it's from Ave Maria Press, and it is Ave Devotionals. It's called Draw Near. It's got the Christmas star on the front. It's really beautiful. Daily Prayers for Advent and Christmas 2023. It's $2.75, y'all. So it's not going to break your bank. And it's just a prayer for the morning, a question, and a prayer for the evening. So it's something you can take 30 seconds. Okay. The other one is this one's a little more time consuming. This one's from Ascension Press, but these are so beautiful. I did one of these in 2019 and it just really spoke to me. And when I say I did one of these in 2019, let me tell you, I drove to the office. I got there like 5 minutes early. I sat in my car in the parking garage and I read it and journaled. And then I went to the office and worked. So that's where I made my time that year. But it's called Rejoice, an Advent Pilgrimage into the Heart of Scripture. It's by Father Mark Toops. This year is year B. And it's just beautiful. It's got some artwork. It's got a focus. It's got place for you to journal. And I think if you're extra, they've got stuff online you can follow too. But yeah, I don't do all that because yeah, that starts to stress me out.
I think you've talked about his previous year's books in our episode 3, Tips to Grow in Spiritual Reading.
Did I?
I think his books were on your list in that episode where we gave lists of spiritual reading books that you loved.
Cool. Well, at least I'm consistent.
For sure.
So it must be good.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay, Lisa, and even though next week is Thanksgiving, because we haven't said it enough yet today, we're going to drop a special message for all of our listeners overnight. So it'll be there in the morning when you wake up. It's something to help you start the day with the right frame of mind. It'll give you a little pick-me-up, help you recenter and refocus while maybe you're on the road going to the family or you're up early making the turkey and all the fixings.
And then don't forget to come back, listeners, in December, because all throughout December, we're going to talk about Advent. We do also have a very special guest for an episode on holiday traditions. And I guess, should we tease it a little bit? No, we shouldn't. We're just going to leave them hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want them to come back and listen to it,
You're going to want to hear that one.
Yes.
So, holiday traditions. And
I wonder, holiday traditions.
Special guest. So we do have some things planned in December that we can't wait to share with you. So we hope that you'll be back every Thursday listen to our new episode. And would y'all help us out, please? We would love, love, love. If you're listening to the podcast and you like it, would you please leave us a review? Would you just hit the 5-star thing and give us a review? It helps other people find us online, and we would really appreciate it. We want to say thank you for listening, and so we appreciate if you help us out.
All right, Lisa.
All right, Shelly, you ready to, I actually did already go to the grocery store because we're hosting our first Thanksgiving event this weekend before Thanksgiving.
That's great. I do have to say that talking it out with you has helped me to relax and not feel quite so overwhelmed like I did this morning.
Yeah, I agree too. It does help to remember why we're doing all of this. And so just know that as I get crazy in the next few weeks, you're going to have to just play this. You're just going to call or like send me a message with parts of this episode where I say things that I'm going to forget later and be crazy, and you're going to play them and just like, here, listen to yourself.
Maybe. I was actually thinking I'm going to get one of those pictures that says, be still and know, and just keep it on random repeat to you.
Just text it to me. Come put a sign in my front yard.
Go put up your Christmas tree so you can sit and look at the lights with your little mug.
That's right. I do have a mug.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. We can't wait to just celebrate with gratitude next week for Thanksgiving. So enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next Thursday.
Bye, y'all.
I love how you waved, even though it's an audio. That was cute, Shelly.